could I forget? Bentley, go sit down somewhere. Be quiet. Bentley, go sit down somewhere. Hey, cut it out. Hi there. Hey guys, I'm just getting all of my stuff together, getting my wine together. We're going to make, might just go ahead and finish it off. We're gonna make chicken pot pie today. It is a really easy, simple recipe. Good to make, especially for family meals. If you got the whole family, I don't want to spill that, family at home. While we're sitting in this quarantine, I'm drinking on a Merlot today. That's probably all you may see me drinking on is a Merlot. I love Merlot, love red wine. All right, so let's get started, okay? All right, before we get started, please like Keedra's Kitchen. Make sure you share the video. Share. Tell your friends to share, okay? Also, if you are into a relationship podcast, then you can go check out What's Love Podcast. It is myself with two other hosts, Barry and Erica, and we deal with all aspects of relationships, marriage, single, and divorce, okay? So go check us out. We're on Apple, we're on Google, we're on Anchor, we're on Spotify, and some other platforms that I don't really never even heard of, but that's cool. We'll be on there too, okay? So go check us out, What's Love Podcast, and we have some good conversations on there. Also, too, you can join our What's Love Podcast Facebook group, all right? And while we're all quarantined in the house, we're going to be going live every Tuesday instead of uploading an audio podcast every Tuesday. So go ahead and join us there. All right, we are here to cook, and we are going to cook today, okay? We're going to be making chicken pot pie from scratch, all right? And it's really a really easy, simple recipe, okay? Actually, all right, it's a really easy, simple recipe. Good for, you got the family, even if you don't got the family and you just want a good home-cooked comfort food meal, then this is it, okay? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is, well, let me tell you my ingredients. I have biscuits, all right, that's gonna be our crust. I have some onion, I have some parsley. Over on the other side where we're going to be cooking, I have all of my seasonings. I have chicken in the refrigerator. I have some lemon and milk and some chicken broth, okay? All right, so I'm going to be using this. What is this? 8x8 20 by 20 centimeters, 8 by 8.5, I don't know, 20 by 20 centimeters. I'm going to be using this pan to put my, let me get my wine out of the way, to put my chicken pot pie in, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the biscuits, okay? And I'm just going to stretch the biscuits out. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to move this out the way. And on my cutting board, I don't know if you guys can see. I hope you guys can see that, okay? On my cutting board, I'm just going to flatten these biscuits together. And this is going to be the bottom of the crust, okay? Now, I am using the honey butter biscuits. I actually have two biscuits that I'm using. I'm using the honey butter biscuits, but then I'm also using the butter biscuits that have the butter chips on the inside, okay? And I'm basically just going to flatten this out until I have enough to put on the bottom of my pan. And I'm not really... I'm not making it too flat, but more so just pressing all of the biscuits together, okay? For a total, I'm using, for this particular pan, I'm using a total of 2 biscuit cans, okay? So let's see how this works. Before I put these biscuits in there, I'm just going to grease the bottom with a little bit of spray, okay? Just a little bit of spray. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this in there. There we go. And that's about 6 biscuits, okay, that I used to fill this pan. See, I just filled it in the bottom for the crust, okay? Make sure, guys, that you like Keedra's Kitchen's page and share this video, please. I would greatly appreciate it if you did, all right? And I'm just making sure that this is packed down in there really good to where it fills all the way to the corners, okay? All right, and there we have it. That's going to be the bottom of our pot pie, okay? I'm going to put this off to the side. I wanted to do that first because I'm actually going to be cutting the chicken on this cutting board, and I want to get everything out the way before I cut this chicken. Well, actually, I'll take that back. We're going to have to wash this cutting board anyway. All right, so now I'm going to get my chicken, okay? All right, I am using chicken thighs, okay? Excuse me. I'm using chicken thighs, all right? You can use chicken thighs. You can use chicken breasts. Me, I just prefer chicken thighs, okay? It's a lot juicier. They're a lot juicier than chicken breasts. And but if you wanted to go a little bit more lean, then you could use chicken breast. I would suggest cutting the breast in half, the long way, not like half. I would cut the breast in half this way and not in the middle, because then you can get some better pieces off of there, okay? All right, so what I'm just gonna do with this, I am just gonna cut these down into chunks. I can make them whatever size I want to be in my chicken pot pie, all right? So it doesn't matter how chunky you make them. But I'm not gonna make them too big, too chunky. You can if you want to, but you know, I'm just doing some chunks of chicken here, okay? All right, so once again, guys, while we are cutting this chicken, please like Kedra's Kitchen and share this video. It will be greatly appreciated. You also see me with my What's Love shirt on. If you like a good relationship podcast, then check out What's Love Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and whatever your favorite podcast platform is, because apparently we're on some others that that I've never heard of before. And it's a good mixture of people on there. It's myself and two other people. Barry, he's married, so we get a good married man's perspective. And Erica, she is on there as well. So we get a single perspective and married perspective and a divorce perspective, okay? And I am just cutting up, for those of you who are just joining, I'm just cutting up my chicken for this homemade pot pie, okay? We're going to make the sauce and everything to go with it. I've seen people make sauce from like cream of chicken or whatever. We're not going to do that, okay? We're going to make our own sauce. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that as soon as we get all this chicken cut up. All right. If you are following along with me, even if you're not, go ahead and turn your oven on to 350. All right. And that's what we're going to let the chicken pot pie bake on when we're finished. And so go ahead and get your oven preheated up to 350, okay? And I'm almost done here. All right, I'm gonna stop really quick and I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna put some oil in my pan, okay? And then I'm gonna let that heat up while I finish cutting this last piece of chicken, okay? I'm using chicken thighs. So the chicken thighs is actually going to create a lot of fat once I put it on the stove. So I'm not going to need a lot of oil, okay? I have the stove on medium, okay? And I'm also using grapeseed oil. You're going to hear me say this every time. If you're cooking on the stove, please don't use extra virgin olive oil, okay? That is for salads and sauces. I'm going to do a video one day of my famous salmon salad, and we're going to make the dressing. So that's what we would use the extra virgin olive oil for if we were to make the dressing, okay? All right. So I have my chicken all cut up. Give me a second. I'm going to wash my cutting board, okay? My cutting board and my knife. The best oils to use if you are sauteing something on the stove would be grapeseed oil. You could use olive oil, or you can use like an oil blend of canola. Did I say olive oil? Don't use olive oil. I'll take that back. Grapeseed oil, I meant to say avocado oil, okay? You can use, in restaurants, they have like this oil blend. It has like vegetable and canola, and you really don't need a lot of it. But you just want something with a high heat point, high smoke point, okay? You're not gonna get that high heat with the extra olive virgin oil, because that's not what it's made for. All right. All right, I'm going to clean off my knife. Don't want to cross-contaminate anything. Keep a clean kitchen, right? Alrighty. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and season my chicken before I put it in on the stove, okay? All right, of course I'm gonna do some salt and pepper, okay? I have my little salt and pepper mix. Hey guys, if you're just joining, then go ahead and share the video, pretty please. All right. My salt and pepper mix. This is a kosher salt, okay? And just pepper, and I just like to keep it mixed up. All right, what it's gonna do when I put this on there, it's just gonna pull out that flavor of this. What I'm using, hold on, let me see. Actually, I'm gonna use this. You can use whatever seasoning you want to season your pot pie. I just bought this seasoning the other day, so I want to try it out. This is a turmeric yellow curry seasoning. So we're gonna try this. So this is gonna be more like a curry pot pie. All right. Now when I made this, I have another one that I've already made so that you guys don't have to sit through it cooking in the oven. But for that one, I used this chipotle roasted garlic seasoning, okay? Again, you can use whatever you want to, okay? But I'm gonna use this curry seasoning. So let's see how it's gonna come out, okay? And I'm just gonna mix this up. All right, get a sip of wine. Don't forget the wine. I'm drinking Merlot today. I'll probably be drinking Merlot every day. All right. All right, so this is pretty good. It's on. All right, just mix this around. All right, let's go over to, I need a cameraman. Let's go over to the stove. Can you guys see that? Yep, you can. All right, my stove should be good and hot, okay? I was trying to get this off, but there we go. I'm gonna add just a little bit of oil. But because I'm using chicken thighs, I really don't need a lot of oil. Okay, this is actually the chicken thighs. It's a little more fatty than the chicken breast. And I actually put too much oil in there, but that's okay. It'll work. It'll all work out, okay? And there we go. I'm just gonna, depending on how much you're making, depends on how much chicken you need, okay? So how much chicken do you need, Keidra? I don't know. How much chicken do you want? All right. How big is your pot pie? All right, I have that on medium heat, okay? We're gonna let that cook a little bit. We're gonna go back over here and we're going to now cut our onions, okay? Let me just wash my hands. Get all the raw chicken off. And while I'm cutting my onions, I'm gonna keep an eye on my chicken that's cooking, okay? All right, I'm gonna cut my onion because that's what we're gonna cut. That's what we're going to cook next, okay? This onion has been cut in half, all right? I cut it so that each side has the butt on it. I cut the other side off, okay? And then I just peel the outside of it off. All right? I want these to be diced onions. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a slit in here this way, okay? And I'm gonna go all the way across with that slit. I wish I had like a cameraman that could just, like, you know how they do on TV, they just come like right over in here and then you can see it from this side. So but hopefully you guys can get a good view. You can see it pretty well from where the angle that you're at. All right, where was that last one? There we go. All right, so what's gonna happen is when I cut this, I won't have to dice this anymore, because the way that the onion is on the inside, it's gonna already be diced when it's cut. I hate, like, you know how some, like when you take this layer off, it's sometimes still like another layer, but sometimes it's not. I just hate this layer. So I'm just taking this off, because to me it just can be kind of chewy and I don't want that. All right, so watch this. All I'm doing is, hope you guys can see, I'm just cutting down, and bam, my onion is diced. Okay, see, it's already diced up. All right, I'm gonna use let's see, I don't mind onions. I like onions, so I'm gonna cut about half of that. All right, so as soon as this chicken is done, then I'm gonna cook that. Let me pull my vegetables out, okay? I don't know if you guys are watching my if you guys have watched my other videos with making the cough syrup and the allergy medicine, but if you can't tell, I still have a little feeling to cough. It's an allergy cough, but I'm not coughing as much. And when I do cough, my cough sounds a little bit different. I'm on day 2, not quite 48 hours yet, of the allergy medicine. Has it been 48 hours? When did I make that? Not yet, not quite 48 hours. So I suspect by tomorrow that my cough should be a lot better. I'm on not quite 24 hours yet for the allergy syrup, but I can already feel that postnasal drainage just drying right up, okay? All right, let's take a sip of wine. Look, when you're in the kitchen, you gotta have a good time. This is like my sanctuary right here, okay? So I usually have the wine. I would usually have music playing, incense burning, all of that. This is just my good time. So excuse me if I enjoy my wine while I'm cooking, okay? All right, let's go over here. All right, our chicken. The good thing about chicken thighs, another good thing, not a crystal. I wonder what the universe is trying to tell me with that. That crystal falling out. All right. One of the good things with cooking with chicken thighs is that they don't take long to cook, okay? So that's another reason why I like cooking with chicken thighs. And that curry seasoning, it smells so good. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. One thing, I like to play around with seasonings, okay? Listen, I am a black woman, okay? My food is gonna be seasoned. It has to be seasoned, all right? So I like trying different seasonings. You're not gonna get no bland food out of me. Everything's gonna have some flavor to it. As a matter of fact, it may have a couple of different flavors to it, okay? That all work together. But this chicken is actually just about done. And whatever isn't done, it'll finish cooking when it goes in the oven. The reason why I wanted to cook prior to putting it in the oven is because you just get like I just wanted to infuse that flavor before it actually goes in the oven, okay? So whatever flavor, even if I just did it with salt and pepper and some seasoned salt, okay? Still cook it on the stove first just to get the flavor. You want flavor in your food, all right? All right. So this is pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in this bowl because we're actually going to end up putting everything in this bowl before we put it into our pot pie, okay? I'm going to take all of this out. I am using this spoon. I Should have had a serrated spoon, but that's okay. A slotted spoon, but it's okay. But I want to leave that oil in there because I'm also going to cook the onions in that oil and in that flavor, okay? When I put the onions in here too, we're going to add a little bit of white wine, all right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I still have my stove on medium. Okay, I'm gonna set this to the side. We're gonna come back for that. Now I'm gonna put in the onions. Okay, and I'm gonna let those onions cook real good in that that curry seasoning that's already in there from the chicken. Okay. That smells good, y'all. It's a little bit of white wine. It's a Chardonnay. Just a little bit. Don't need a lot. Okay. Oh. And my salt and pepper. Now, I know that it may look like I add a lot of salt and pepper to my food, but trust me, it's not salty, okay? What that salt does in the cooking process, it just accentuates those flavors. All right, all those flavors that you're putting together. Okay. So we're gonna let that cook, and I'm actually gonna turn this heat up just a little bit so it can cook a little bit faster. Okay. And I basically just want to put, like, again, I just want to pull those flavors out of those onions so that when we put it into the pot pie, then it's just another layer of flavor that we're adding to the pot pie, okay? In the meantime, I have these frozen vegetables, okay? These are mixed vegetables. It has corn, carrots, peas, and green beans in it. I'm going to go ahead and add this to my chicken. It's okay if it's frozen. All right, you don't have to cook these. That's fine. All right. Gonna mix that all up in there. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. These onions are cooking down. All right, they're softening up, which is what I want. They have flavor to them. I can smell the flavor. Okay. They have that curry, the rest of that curry seasoning from the chicken, or whatever seasonings you choose to use for your chicken. All right. They have a little bit of white wine that the alcohol is cooked off, and I think they're ready. They look ready to me. All right. See, we are going to add this to the bowl. All right, with our chicken. All right, and because I still want to maintain all of those flavors, I'm not going to clean my bowl out for the next process. Okay, let me get some butter. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to now make our sauce, okay? We're going to make our sauce now. What I'm going to do, because of it all depends on the size of the, what you're putting this in, all right? But I am going to, for the amounts that you need, I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons. Actually, I'll do about 3 tablespoons. Okay, this is unsalted butter, all right? I just want to get this melted down. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take some flour. And I'm gonna add the flour to the butter. What I'm making is called a roux, and this is gonna be what thickens up our sauce, okay? So I'm just gonna mix this in here until it forms like a paste, all right? Want it to be kind of pasty like, all right? Form a little butter and flour paste, okay? Can you guys see that? Make sure I get all that butter incorporated in with the flour. And I'm actually going to go ahead and add just a little bit more butter to this. All right. I may have put a little bit too much flour in there for that butter, but that's okay. You can always add more flour. Okay, I want it to be pasty. All right, and this is called a roux. Okay, and this is what's going to be used to thicken my sauce. Okay, all right, and it's all incorporated. All right, now we're going to add the chicken stock because we are making chicken pot pie. Okay, I'm going to add my chicken stock. It's probably about 2 cups of chicken stock right there. Get my whisk. And I know that I'm going to have to add more, but I'll do it. This is what I used to tell my students when I used to teach culinary arts. You can always add, but you can't take out, okay? And then I'm gonna add my milk. Now, even though I needed the butter to make, that was vegan butter that I used, okay, to make my roux. You can use regular milk. I'm gonna use almond milk, okay? Because I'm trying to decrease my dairy intake, all right? So that's actually a little bit of almond milk that I'm gonna add to this. And I'm going to whisk this because I want it to smooth out. Those chunks of that roux, I want them to dissolve into this liquid. So I'm gonna add more almond milk, and I'm also going to add more chicken stock. All right, and I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit more to about a medium high heat. All right, while that is heating up, I'm going to season it. I'm going to season it with garlic powder. I'm going to season it with onion powder. I'm going to season it with salt and pepper. And I'm going to squeeze a little bit of lemon in there too, okay? And some more lemon. Here we go. Need a bigger one. And I'm just going to whisk all of this up. The roux has started to dissolve in here a little bit more. So I'm just gonna keep stirring it. The heat is what's gonna thicken it. Okay. You want it to be nice and smooth. So I'm probably gonna have to add a little bit more liquid to this. I'll probably add more. I'm gonna taste it before I decide if I need chicken stock or milk, okay? But I do want it to be kind of creamy, just like the inside of chicken pot pie. All right. All right, let's taste. Nice and thick. Turn that heat down. All right, let's taste it. More chicken stock. Okay. And the reason why I knew to add more chicken stock is because I had more of a milky flavor than I did a savory flavor. Okay, a milky taste. And I want more of a savory taste. Okay, I'm just using that milk to just cream it up. Okay. Alrighty, if you are enjoying this video, and look, I'm spilling on the burner and burning. It's alright. If you are enjoying this video, then please share it with your friends. Bring everybody to Kedra's Kitchen. And I did need a little bit more salt and pepper. Again, that's not a lot of salt and pepper, okay? But I want to bring out those flavors that of everything that I put in there. Alrighty. Let's taste this again. That's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the stove. Okay. Let me taste it one more time. Just a tad bit more salt and pepper, okay? I need to taste all of those flavors that I put in there. I'm going to add a little bit more of everything. Onion powder, garlic powder. Those are kind of like my staples in the kitchen, the onion and the garlic powder. All right. Good time to sip. All right, we should be good here. All right, look at this, a nice creamy, no chunks in there. Okay, no chunks, nice and creamy. All right, we're gonna take this bowl. Now this bowl has everything in it. It has the chicken. Let's taste the chicken. You know how you be going there, I used to go in there with my grandma when I lived with my grandma. Go in the kitchen, try to taste. Smack my hand. Get your hand out of here, girl. That chicken with that curry is good. That curry seasoning. This is gonna be a good pot pie. All right. And I'm just gonna empty this into this bowl. I want you guys to be able to see that, but I don't want the bowl to melt. Alright, and this is going to be our filling for the pot pie. And I'm just going to mix this up. And that's our pot pie filling, okay? So let's go back over here. Alrighty. So here goes our pan that we put our biscuits in on the bottom, okay? I'm gonna pour the pot pie mixture into the, I need a cameraman because I want y'all to be able to like, here, let me turn it this way. So the cameraman can come like back here and see me pouring. You know how they do on TV and stuff like that? I'm gonna get me a cameraman one day. Cameraman or a woman. Somebody to film me while I do this. Alright. You can fill it up as high or as much as you would like. Okay. Let's add a little bit more. Why not? Okay. All right. That's good enough. Okay. I'm gonna level it out, smooth it out, level it out, or whatever. And then I'm gonna put the rest of my biscuits on top, okay? And we're gonna do the same thing for the biscuits on top that we did at the bottom. All right, so I'm gonna put that to the side. I don't know if I'm gonna need that again, so I'm gonna hold on to that. All right, and so basically all I'm doing with the biscuits, again, if you weren't here from the beginning, then I'm using the honey butter biscuits, okay? You can use whatever kind of biscuits you want. But these are the biscuits that came out the can. We could have made the biscuits from scratch, but today we're not going to do that, all right? But we very well could have made these biscuits from scratch to put on there. That would have been very good, all right? But we're just going to improvise today. I'm using the honey butter biscuits, and then I also am using the, this is the butter biscuits, which has like the butter chips on the inside, okay? And all I'm doing is I'm just putting them together to make sure. The bottom I use 6, so 6 should be good enough for the top, but I want to make sure that I have that when I lay it on there, then it just like, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 more biscuits to the end because I just want it to, I don't want to, I want to make sure it covers the whole thing, okay? There we go. Ooh, this is going to be a good pot pie. All right. And I got my biscuits all flattened out, okay? Bring this back over here. Lay this on top. Just like that. Pull it if you need to. Okay? Lay this on top. And then just make sure that it, you know, covers the top and the corners or whatever. And there you go. That's your pot pie, okay? Now, this is going to cook. Since everything on the inside is mostly already cooked, then you're just going to cook this in the oven at 350 until, look, you can see it on the inside. You're just going to cook this in the oven on 350 until the biscuits on top have cooked, okay? So throw this in the oven. I'm actually doing a little bit of magic because, bam, I have one that's already made. Okay? Let's try it out. Where's my knife? Alrighty. Now, this looks a little different on top because I did the biscuits a little different, but it's all gonna taste the same, okay? I'm just gonna cut it down the middle. When it comes out the oven, let it rest for a while, okay? Give it about 10 minutes to let it rest, all right? Just so everything, you know how when everything is hot, then it's like all expanded and liquidy, but when it cools down, then it kind of shrinks back up, and then you're gonna have a good pot pie, all right? So, get my little spatula. Actually, I'm gonna get another utensil that's gonna work a little better. Only because I didn't cut it the size of the spatula. So this is gonna work a little better. Look at that. I don't need that big of a bowl. Well, you know what? Let's just do the whole thing since we got a bowl. Okay, this big old bowl. Oh, look at this. Now this one I did not use the curry seasoning in. Okay, this was that roasted chipotle garlic. All right, but look at that. Look how good that looks, guys. Right? My biscuit is all nice and golden on top. Okay, it cooked perfectly. What I'm gonna do is, before I eat, we always like our food to look good, right? Right. Especially if like, well, even if I'm not cooking for somebody, if I'm just cooking for myself, I like to look down and be like, damn, that look good before I dig in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. And then I'm gonna chop up just a little bit of parsley, okay? But let me show y'all guys how it looks before I put. Look at that. That biscuit looks good. Doesn't it look really good? It looks really good, okay? Your family is gonna love you, or whoever you cook this for, they're gonna love you. All right. I'm just gonna take a little bit of parsley, and I'm just gonna chop up some fresh parsley just to garnish on top, okay? So the thing with parsley is you want to make sure that you take the leaves off, the stems. The stems are actually not good. Now, if you were using cilantro, go ahead and cut the whole thing, right, with the stems. But the parsley, this don't taste all that good, all right? So I'm just going to take these leaves off really quickly, okay? To chop up some parsley. I think that may be enough. Give it a rinse really quick. Okay, because this is fresh parsley. I don't have a parsley plant yet, otherwise I just would have pulled it from my plant. But we're working on it. That's going to be the next one that goes in that pot, okay? And I'm just going to give this a chop. Okay? Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed cooking chicken pot pie with me, please make sure that you like Kedra's Kitchen and that you share the video, okay? Share it, start a watch party, all of that, all right? And I'm just gonna garnish this, just a little bit of parsley in there. Bam! It's gonna be good. I'm gonna let y'all see it. Hold on. I have extra parsley. Let's put this in here. All right. Look at that. Here. I'm gonna do you one, and I'm gonna zoom you in on this thing here. Okay? Y'all see that? Ooh, that looks good, don't it? My chicken pot pie, my good biscuit crust. We made the filling, the inside, all right? And then we garnished it with just a little bit of parsley, all right? Last but not least is the fun part. We get to taste it. Let's taste it, guys. Wait a minute. That's not a big enough piece. But it was about to taste really good. I had it on the tip of my tongue, and that thing was tasting good. All right, here we go. That's the bottom. I don't want the bottom. I want to make sure, I'm trying to make sure I get like all of it. I want every single piece so I can taste everything. I want the bottom crust, the top crust, the middle, the chicken. I want to get all of that in this first bite, okay? So I'm being a little picky. All right, ready? Oh, so excited. Looks so good. That's good. That is so freaking good. And it has a lot of flavor in it. Oh my God, it has so much flavor. It is so good. Guys, thank you for joining me for making chicken pot pie. All right, I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you end up making it, tag me, Keedra's Kitchen. All right, I'm gonna be back on Wednesday. We're gonna make homemade pizza. We're gonna make our own crust. We're gonna make our sauce, and you can pick whatever toppings that you want to put on top of it. Okay? Thank you for joining me, guys. I'm about to go enjoy my wine and this homemade chicken pot pie. See y'all later.